if you just bought a business, what should you do in the first week, month? Like, how do you sort of take the first foundational steps to engaging with this team and winning them over?
Well, the first thing to remember is it's not about winning the people over. It's about the doctor mutually has the change has to happen. It's mutual, right? So the doctor will have to adapt to the practice and its culture just as much as the culture and the practice people have to adjust to that new dentist coming in. And if you notice, both times I said practice, because when everybody focuses on the practice and the health of the practice, that's what puts everybody on the same page. That's where everybody meets in the middle. If the practice succeeds, then everybody wins, right? So if that practice is going to succeed with this leader versus this leader, and everybody's different, and I think that needs to be embraced, right? But at the same time, it has to be a respect for, yes, it is going to be different, and yes, there is going to be change. And that's why when you ask, what is the first step when you try to manage these kind of changes, is that you have to, first of all, get to know the people as much as the practice and the production numbers and what the practice is worth. Who works there? Who's behind the systems? What kind of systems do they have in place? What works for them now? What is missing? What are the gaps that maybe a new face can help to address and make it even better practice? And that's the kind of words that you use, and that's how you express that to the team. We want the practice to improve. We want to succeed. We want to grow. We want to develop, and we want to spiral up rather be complacent. And like everybody else, like everybody wants to be a step ahead, and to get a step ahead, that involves change and growth, and the growing pains come with it, right? So it's how do you manage the change, knowing that it's going to happen is step one. Letting everybody know that it's okay to screw up a couple times when they try something different, when they jump out of their comfort zone, and to be a supportive leader, to let people know that they're going to be provided the support to give them the comfort that they had with somebody who's not now the unknown, right? But I think it's very important to direct them to look out the front windshield rather than to spend time in the rearview mirror. A lot of times have to pivot them back.
Yeah, I feel like in the beginning, a lot of them don't take the time to absorb, like, how did this business get to where it is? Because, if you're just coming in as a new dentist and it's like, okay, I want you to do this, I want you to do this, you're just directing everybody. It's kind of like a disrespect to the staff who probably know more than you do when it comes to the patients that the practice sees, or some of the mistakes I've seen people make is they think, we're just going to bring in all this new equipment and, offer all these new services and everyone's going to love it. And they're really shocked when they find that it might come off wrong to your existing patients. And they might think like, oh, is this why I'm paying so much money? Because I got to pay for your fancy gadgets or all the stuff, and in the dentist's mind, it's like, but I just wanted to offer you guys better dentistry. But they don't understand, like, that isn't necessarily how people will perceive it, right? And if they had sat down with the team and said, like, would people be receptive to this? Like, if we introduce this service, do you think there's a market for this? They never even thought to consult the staff. They almost look at them like, what do you know? You're just a receptionist. Just like, I'm going to tell you what to do and you do your job. But then what will happen is the ones who are good will be like, okay, well, then I'll just go somewhere else. And guess what? It's, staff is in huge demand. These people will find a job the next day. There's hundreds of dentists willing to hire them. So it's, you don't want to lose those people, but the ones who stay are the ones who are even worse, because they'll just say, okay, fine, you're the boss, I'll just do it your way. And even if they know that you're walking yourself off a cliff, they're not going to say anything, because it's like, this dentist doesn't respect me. He doesn't care about my opinion. Okay, you want me to do ABC? Okay, I did it. And then 6 months later, when it blows up in the dentist's face, the dentist constantly complaining like, well, my staff, they don't take any accountability. Like, I have to tell them exactly what to do because they won't lift a finger to do anything extra. And it's like, yeah, that's all you. You sabotaged that relationship from the start, from the moment you walked into that office the first day. And, so they always complain like, oh, I don't have a good team. I can't find good people. It's like, man, most of the time it's you. Like, people, if you have the right leader, the people could be absolutely amazing. If you have the wrong leader in place, that business is going to be a disaster.